seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
damn it. So when they take your calls, right, and you call into your cable company and they ship it out to another country, they're shipping it to like a third world country. You don't think those people are hard up for money? And you're giving internet security issues to these people to deal with, right? What do you think they do with that information? You ever think about that? That ever cross your mind? Or are you just trying to save a quick dollar, right? You yourself are saving a quick dollar, farming this shit out to someone else. Then it's going into this hub of whatever the fuck it is. It could be in someone's damn garage, right? These people are taking these calls, and chances are they know somebody that's a shady motherfucker, right? And he's sitting there and he's like, hey, there's a thing here it's pretty easy to get to, right? And they're just farming it out because they want to make a quick buck too, right? That's probably what's fucking happening. But someone's too fucking worried about saving a penny here, saving a penny there. Like these cable companies, they don't give a shit. They ain't got a clue what the fuck's going on with their internet service. It's a bunch of garbage. You pay for this service, I pay for this service, and it's trash. It's absolute trash. Instead of talking to a knowledgeable individual, they just say, I don't know. Maybe I'll send you to another department and they'll figure it out. They don't figure it out. In fact, they fuck it up even worse. And then they send you to another department. They fuck it up even worse than that. Before you know it, you might as well be sending smoke signals because none of your connections are going where they're supposed to be going, right? But we'll just keep sending stuff. We'll send it over to the Philippines or send it over to Indonesia somewhere or whatever. Who freaking cares, right? As long as you get those couple extra pennies in your freaking pocket, that's all that matters. That's sucking bullshit. That's what that is. It's absolute bullshit, right? And you mean to tell me that Apple Apple iPods are not hackable? That's garbage. I was told that by an Apple representative that, oh, you can't hack into bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. If it's a written program, it can be hacked. You stupid ass. That's exactly what you are. What fucking college did you go to? Or did you walk off the street 2 seconds ago? Like, had to have, right? You're going to sit here and tell me it can't be freaking hacked. That's just fucking stupid. Oh my gosh. Yep, I'm waiting. Come with it. But maybe my phantom individual that's sitting back here hiding, who knows? Maybe you are the owner of Twitch, or maybe you're the owner of Streamlabs, or maybe you're somebody important, or maybe you're not at all. Maybe you're just that shady little fucker that's been hiding in the background the whole time, not saying anything, right? And just wondering how to get rid of me. Could be a thing. It's not gonna happen, dude. I'm still gonna be here. And if not, I'll pop up somewhere else. Because when I find you, you're not gonna like it. I'll make sure of that. Bet. Bet. Better start hiding now. You better get on that damn rocket ship that freaking Elon's making. You better get your ass off this planet. Because I'm one determined son of a bitch. And I will fucking hunt you down. I know what all you motherfuckers' faces look like. Some of them. Or I remember what your voices sound like. I don't forget faces. I don't forget voices. I'll find you. Believe me. You're not going to like it. I don't even know what this thing is. Don't even really care. I think it's funny though. See, I'm stuck at this 544. 544, which bounces to 547 because I still have one cocksucker that likes to change their name all the time. Somehow Twitch allows this. The fuck are you doing? Seriously, Twitch, what the fuck are you doing? How is someone able to make this many fucking names, right? You not see what they're doing? You not see they hack into somebody else's account, they alter their account, they steal their account, they use that instead, right? It's not that fucking difficult. It's not that hard to trace. I mean, you built this fucking program. Why can't you figure it out? Why can't you lock it down? Did you make it that vulnerable? Did you make it that vulnerable on purpose? Is that a thing? Should have used this opportunity to track down all these scumbags and get rid of them. That's what you should have did. That'd have done the whole world a lot of good, right? Let these hackers fuck around, think they're doing stuff, and then just mark a day on the calendar. It's bust down a hacker's fucking door day, right? Bust down a hacker's fucking door day. Kick their fucking doors in, throw them in fucking jail, and be done with it. Problem solved. Or at least a good chunk of it. And then go back and fix all the bullshit that they did and make your system a little more robust so it doesn't happen again. You got all this money. I know you got plenty of money. I know the person that owns this shit and Amazon and everything else. Guy's sitting on a bank. Like, he owns a lot of stuff and he could do a lot of good with it if he wanted to. But I don't know if he wants to. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's happy where he is. Maybe he doesn't give two fucking shits. But I think there's a lot of good people on here that are trying to do nice things. And I think there's also a lot of scummy ass people on here that are trying to do some scummy things. I think those ones need to go away. So what ship are you sailing on? That's what I'd like to know. The freaking floating turd boat. This stuff goes out somewhere. Part of me wonders if it's an unmarked bot, because this is a built program. So maybe the name doesn't show up because the name's not supposed to show up. Maybe it's a no name, which means it doesn't have to have any text, right? Doesn't have to be any text in there whatsoever. And it's always there. It's always tracking it for someone to later go through. I really get tired of blocking people. I should go in here, right? I can pull this down while I do this too. So while I sit here and flip out about all the shit that these program companies should be doing and they're not doing, right? Because quite honestly, they're jeopardizing us. It's not a safe platform. None of these are. It exposes everything. I'm out here in this dinghy on the SS doing the best I can. Yep, me too. Me too. It's basically the boat I ride in. SS doing the best I can. Sitting on that little boat, right? And then people like me put our whole lives out here for other people to see. And it's not even safe to do that, right? Like, it's so messed up and so not a buttoned up system. It's not a safe system at all. Like, I gotta ask where the fuck you're investing your money, because if it's making you this much money, right, and you've purchased all these other companies, do you drive cars and then just never service them? You just continually drive a car and you never put any money back into it? Maybe you do. Maybe you have that kind of money. You can just buy a car, drive it for one oil change, and throw it away. I don't fucking have that luxury. I actually have to maintain and fix things. Um, Maybe you just don't have the capability to maintain and fix things. Maybe you don't give a shit. It's one of the two, I think. Right? Love for somebody to answer that question. But instead, we'll just leave this little creepy dude in the background who always shows up and always sits here. And maybe we'll just monetize me, right? We'll just make me go away so you don't have to actually answer a true question. Why is your platform so corrupt? And why is your platform so easily manipulated? Why is that a thing? How many crooks did you hire? That's a good question. How many crooks did you hire? I'd like to know that. I don't think half of these freaking things on here. You can float my boat all you want with these bullshit followers. I don't think they exist. And I think if anybody wanted to, I think you have the power to sit there and actually make it not show up, right? It's just a number. It's not real people. You can make up your fake, stupid underscore names that don't mean anything. Sit here and have a conversation with me. Or you can just hide in the background and not say a word. I call that spineless. That's what I call that. Absolutely spineless. Nope. I would love for the billionaires of this planet to give up their money to someone who actually can do something with it. Actually make a difference. Not sit there and do nothing. And allow people to continue to fester. Right? You can donate this, donate that. That's not actually physically doing something. Paying someone to do something and getting off your ass and actually doing it yourself and becoming part of the fix are two different things. You can throw money at the problem, or you can get off your lazy ass and do something about it, and you choose not to. So why is the world the way it is? Because the people that are on top don't do a fucking thing to fix it. That's why. Why? Because it keeps them on top. Why would they change anything, right? They don't want any competition. Why change it? They're happy where they are, for the most part. So why not just keep everybody else in the mud while they sit on top? And do nothing about it. Nothing to fix the problem. Just bicker between the freaking 20 or 30 of them. However many it is. I'm sure there's more than that. Crooked, scammy freaking people, dude. Sure, you probably got kids too. So, I'll continue to fight this. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. This is kind of my new goal, right? Sit here, take a beating, so I can take a hit. I can take multiple hits. I don't give a shit. I'll figure out which one of you motherfuckers is pulling bullshit. And then we're going to take care of the problem. So we have to go into this community with freaking these people. I think it's funny. I don't know what to think anymore. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me. A certain company that caught a bunch of crap started Twitch because it's almost ran the same way, if you think about it. Right? Just pay people to look the other way, huh? See, this freaking guy. I love this. I do more typing, blocking people than anything. People oh, dude. It's so funny. It is funny. Being nobody news jumped in here. Something screwy's going on, right? It's too odd. It's way too odd. Not stupid. And the only people you send me are the same people. They just change their name. So they have the power to change their name, right? Multiple times. So maybe they are your admins or your moderators, right? Maybe that's where your crooked shit's coming from. Actually work for you. That's a little fucked. Because who else would have the power to do the crazy shit that they've done, right? Who else would have that power? What do you think about that? It's kind of weird. Maybe we'll pull that bullshit of whatever the hell it is. Oh, so that one doesn't even, how does that name not even exist? If I see it here and I go to block a name, how does it not exist? The user you are trying to ban does not exist. How is that a thing? Right? If they're sitting in my followers list, how does that name not exist? Because it can't be banned. It's a little weird, don't you think? Because it's this one. It says that name doesn't exist. What is this guy's name? Nothing? Means nothing? Does he even have one? Type in this dude's name and it doesn't even come up, dude. What the freaking heck? Doesn't exist. How is that possible? How do you have a name that doesn't exist? Maybe it's not a thing. That's some screwy shit, dude. How do you block them? How do you get rid of them? You can't get rid of them then, right? They're permanently there. If I see their name on a friends list or on as a follower, and I'm trying to ban this individual, and no matter what you do, you type their name in, you can't get rid of them. It just says it doesn't exist. How the fuck are you supposed to get rid of them? It makes no sense. It's freaking screwy, right? It's completely freaking screwy. So stupid. And they have one of those shady few-second videos, right? Because the moment you click on that video, it probably allows them into your computer. Yet they have a Twitch channel. Isn't that weird? It's a little weird, right? How is that a thing? Well, then we hit. Have to type it in 1,000 times. Now I got rid of my Phantom viewer, right? So, when I typed in that Texas China person, then it went away. Wow. It's alright. I'll just make another one. Right. Cell phone can be used for your success. The time you spend on your cell phone could be used for your success. Nothing but a bill. See, also, I question why my Corsair headset constantly has to have an update done to it. Why? Why does it have to be updated all the time? The firmware didn't change, did it? Did someone change the firmware? Or is someone messing with the iCUE program itself and hacking that program? Those questions I'd like to know the answer to. Right? Why is there always an update? And it's not just once. Like, I continually have updates that have to be done to that headset in general. Right? It's retarded. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't trust it. Right? Or it's like this one here. Why am I not given the option to have nothing? Like, can you not go to... You can't. There's no way to shut it off. There we go. If you completely delete it, there's nothing. It'll do nothing. Nothing again. It's a thing, right? It's called efficiency. Turn off all the freaking LEDs, and you don't have to pay the electric company more money, because I don't need it to make colors. It does me no good. It means nothing to me. You can keep all your little rainbow designs. Black and silver, baby. That's all it's needed. Black and silver. What's up, random viewer? Do you have a name? You jump into another account that you made that we have to go through and click away. I have to dig through all this. Maybe. It's a possibility, right? It's fine with me. I'm quite all right going through. Blocking and banning every single one of them. If that's what it takes. Speaking of which, if you go in here, channel, not channel. I had to go here to this one. I need to see what this little creep changed his name to. All right. So figure out what this little creep changed his name to. I can see if he's still in the block section. All right. Apparently, since he changed his name, it takes him out of the blocked section. That's pretty fucked up, don't you think? All they have to do is change their name and it basically doesn't ban them anymore. Why does it work that way? Right? It's not how it should work. Because now you've gone and wasted my time. Because now I have to go in and type these names in 1,000 times. Right? Something like that. It makes no sense to me, Twitch. Why did you set it up so if they go in and they change their name, it doesn't ban them again? Right? So if I ban somebody and their name's a certain thing and they go and they change their name, then it stops banning them. The freaking heck is that? Right? Is that something you did? Or is that something they did? Did they open up a new email so they can make a new name? But then how, if they added themselves as a friend, did it unblock them? Or allow them to see me as another name? Is it still blocking that person? I don't think it is. Right? So it still allows trolling individuals to come into your channel because your system's not freaking set up right, dude. It's not freaking set up right. It's so freaking messed up. Like, it's not trolling viewers. It's not even about that. I don't like when people sit in the background and I can't see what their name is. I don't appreciate it because I don't know who they are. Yet they can somehow hide. Good. Other than that, I'd like to take whoever set up this, the way Twitch locks that shit out, and smack them upside the head, get them to realize that it's not set up correctly. It's not secure at all. It's pretty fucked up. It's just a rotten apple with 1,000 worms going in and out of it. Hope you don't too much energy over it. I already dumped too much energy over it. I got tons of energy, brother. Tons. I never run out of steam. Never run out of steam. I want these programs fixed that I pay for, right? That don't function the way they're supposed to. Right? You got Streamlabs. It has not put anything in place for like antivirus or checking of their program so it can't be altered, or they're doing fuck knows what. We're down to foam right now. It's in foam. I just need to shape the foam. Don't know whether or not I really need to shape the foam. I think I just more wanted to see it for scale. I don't really have the use for a foam version. I just wanted to be able to physically hold it in my hand so I have an idea of where I need to go from there. And basically a 3D template. I would love to know why, though. I'd like to know how, if I ban someone, they can unban themselves. That blows my mind. That's pretty fucked up. That's some next level sketch shit. Scarlet Rose. What's up? Right. It's not possible. And use the old name, that would be a source of confusion, I think. Wow, alright. Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, it would be a source of confusion, wouldn't it? Except this name, Commander Root, is apparently supposed to be actually a bot. So if I block a bot, they go and make another bot account. 1, what the fuck is that bot account for? 2, it's fucking stupid. It's really fucking stupid. And quite honestly, every bot linked to that account has fed me nothing but bullshit. Every time I allow them to stay there, I get garbage. Right? I'm glad to hear it. Weren't you up in Michigan? I think. Wasn't that actually like part French or something? Or French Canadian, something to that effect, right? I think on the eraser. Yeah, not acknowledge them on stream? And why not? Why not acknowledge them on stream? You think it would draw attention to that? Make people type in their name because they're scammy fuckers? Or do you think that, like, honestly, somebody needs to do something about it? Right. See, like, these Phantom 3 viewers. Yeah. Could be. Could be. Some D-bag, right? But how does this D-bag have that many freaking things? And why is this D-bag on just about everybody's Twitch account? When I jump into other streamers' things, I see it on theirs too. So why is he in other people's things too? Why has it not been removed? I'm certainly not the only person who said something about it. Can't be. Yeah. Weird, isn't it? Absolutely weird. Counter says 5. There's 3. Because I have these phantom viewers, right? These phantom viewers that just never fucking show up. Don't understand it. What do you think about that? Right? Or we could do this because this guy, right, just made his account 6 minutes ago when I just banned somebody. So there you go. Have fun. Maybe try other codes. What is that? The only script available that lets you show your visible? Could be code bugs. I don't even know what that means, dude. Code bugs. Don't know. What do you mean, like refresh the freaking um like I don't have code stuff like any of that. I don't know much about the programming behind these Twitch plugins. I haven't streaming myself yet. Yeah. Fuck, dude. I don't even know if I could tell you it'd be a good thing to do at this point. Like, I really don't. I don't know. Like, and now it clears itself out, right? The moment we acknowledge it, then it goes away, right? Yep. It likes to fluctuate like that randomly. It's kind of odd. It shouldn't do it that way. You miss my ASMR sleep streams. Sleeping, snoring. Yeah. Why? I didn't mind doing them, but I just got tired of catching flack for it. And quite honestly, at that point in time, being that I had someone that was hacked into my accounts, basically I thought that while I was sleeping, they were just mining off of my computer. So that's why I quit doing it. Enjoyed anyways. Visit you once in a while again. Do you enjoy the part of me screaming like in the middle of the night when I yelling at stuff or yelling at people? Right? That happens too. It's probably not very pleasant. Possibly. It is some twitchy stuff, right? It's gotten to the point where I just don't know anymore. Let's say that didn't trigger any tingles. Say that didn't trigger any tingles. Are you a dude or a chick? I don't get it. I'm confused. Tingles? ASMR triggers tingles. Not always. I don't think always. Like, for me, it's the breathing. Yeah, that's what I think a lot of people enjoyed. Like, it's kind of why I did it, right? Like, a lot of people were confined um, socially and That or they have less of the yelling and yeah, definitely. Sometimes it happens. But I thought that like if people were going through like relationship issues or something like that, or they were single, that they would enjoy someone breathing, like the noise would help them fall asleep faster. Does it? No, it doesn't weird me out. But thank you for being honest. No, some people just enjoy breathing, right? The breathing sound helps them change their breath and helps them relax, right? And I can understand that, like either way you swing or whatever, but even having someone's, because I highly doubt that like you would get a woman on here to do that and breathe like that for you to sleep. I don't think that would happen. I think they'd probably be a little more timid on that. Me, I just don't care. Yes, one of those people. And yes, breathing and fluffy mic scratching. Oh, women do it. Oh, on YouTube they do? I didn't know. I didn't even know that was allowed on YouTube. I guess it's a thing. I liked it because it felt like it could still continue to work, but not actually have to be awake. So then I could basically stream 20 hours a day, right? I thought it was a cool thing. Just a lot of little shitheads. I don't know. Maybe once I know everything's kind of gotten back to normal, I'll do it again. It's just been it's been a rough year, right? But it's a different sound. What is that? Oh, I don't see lots of normality. It seems there's not much of that going around at the moment. Yeah. It'd be nice if there was, right? Like somebody in a position to make changes to this platform to get the fucking lead out and get cracking. Like honestly. Fix a shit. Do something. Normalcy, I think, is the right word in English. Yeah, no, it totally made sense. Yeah. Totally made sense. Yeah. I'll probably continue on that sword. I have to first source the metal to get that cut. But tomorrow I have to go look at 2 trucks and see what's wrong with those. Normality is me trying to translate it from Dutch. It's the same thing. No, it's totally the same thing. I totally understood. Like like here where I live, it's Pennsylvania Dutch, right? Could have, I guess I could have, possibly, maybe. Some people have different names, right? Like not everybody's name matches up, but yeah. Oh, and thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Pennsylvania Dutch, but that's German, right? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Maybe it is. It's kind of German. Is it not the same thing? I don't know. What's up, Scorch? like Amsterdam. I mean, it's almost the same stuff, or a blend. It's Dutch from Holland. Deutsch. The German word for German got mistranslated to Dutch, I think. Oh. Maybe. Could be. I mean, I know, like, predominantly, I think we use a lot of, I don't know. Don't know, dude. Whereas the spoken language in Netherlands and north of Belgium is Dutch. It's different language. Never heard of it. Never, like, heard the never heard it, so I don't know. Maybe it sounds cool. I like accents on women. One dude's it sounds cool too, but I'm not too into that thing. Wim Hof speaks Dutch, I think. Oh my God, you and your Wim Hof. But in Pennsylvania, the immigrants settling there were people from Germany. Yeah, mainly. I mean, it's a lot of German, Italian, a lot of, yeah, no, you're right. A lot of stuff is like what, like Lancaster, York, like Harrisburg's, all stuff from, I guess that's from Germany, right? Are they, I don't know where those cities are, like in Europe. Maybe they are German. So, like, my ancestry here, what cities? Like, Lancaster, York, Harrisburg, stuff like that. Like, I think there is a York and a Lancaster over in Europe somewhere, but I don't know actually what. That's English? Oh, okay. It's English? That's England? Oh, it's a blend of stuff. Wim Hof. You and that Wim Hof, Scorch, I swear. I don't know what to do with that. But as far as my great grandmother told me, like everyone, or they came over like 500 years ago, roughly. So it'd be longer than that now, from wherever they came from. Because the gravestones we have here, I know go back close to the 1400s, and from then on I can't read them. They've been so weathered. So I don't know. And of course, the names have changed over time. Really, Columbus discovers the Americas in 1492. I think 1492 discovers the Americas. Yeah, and there's a gravestone there from like 1400s, dude. And then there's 2 more sets, so there's 2 more couples, right? Beyond that. Yes. Yep. I mean, you got to figure we're pretty close to like the coastline, right? And how similar or dissimilar German and Dutch are. Hmm. I mean, we have tractors here named New Holland. That's what some of the tractor companies are. I'm sure they got that, right? I'm sure some of the family was probably from Holland and they just called it New Holland. I'd be surprised how tied to people's lineage they do things like that. But that would make sense to me, especially since it is a fairly local company. Um, more farm equipment is what New Holland's known for. Tulips. What's tulips? I don't get the tulips. I learned yesterday that one of the people I'm talking to on Discord was working in a factory that makes custom tractor wheels. Custom tractor wheels. Holland has a lot of tulips from what I remember. What do you mean from what you remember? You've been to Holland? And sends them all over the world. That's cool. So they actually make like the wheel itself. Now I learned about a depression involving tulips that happened over there. They make everything except the rubber, I think. Very simple machinery to do that. I mean, a slip roll and just a custom machine to take a ring and flare it, and then you weld the three together or two together, however you want to do it. Then spin it and balance it partially. It's a lot of heavy industry around here. Cheaper to make it in China. Yes, but as someone who's worked with metal, when you purchase materials from other countries like that, they don't hold it to standards. I think they custom adjustments for all the specialized farm equipment. Precise, yeah. I knew what you meant. I can't spell worth the shit anyway. I know it's garbage, but cheaper. It's cheaper, but you got to think about it this way. If China buys a lot of our scrap material, they don't care what it is. It gets melted down, molded. They probably don't do the checks on it to make sure that it has the chemical composition to make sure that it has the qualities that it's supposed to have. That has shown and reared its awful head in some products that we've tried to manufacture from materials that were purchased from those places. Like Indonesia, I think, makes aluminum sheet. Some of that aluminum sheet did not have the material in it that it was supposed to and had terrible cracking issues. where if you buy domestic material, it's held at a higher standard and actually bends the way it's supposed to without cracking under the same freaking process. Toyota's rust before the engine. Let's go. Toyotas rust because people don't take care of them. As they think they'll last forever, right? It's kind of like Land Rovers. Land Rovers are terrible for rot. I don't know if that's because of the British steel or if it's because of something. Tulips are kind of like a trademark of Holland, though, I think, right? Anyways, have a good night. You too. I hope you do too. Nice talking to you again. In the north, salt eats cars. Yes, it does. Especially this chemical spray that they've gone to now. Instead of throwing cinders and salt, like rock salt, most places have gone to this brine, is what they call it. And it's sprayed on the pavement before a snowstorm. That way it doesn't, yeah, that stuff is super corrosive. It's some nasty stuff, and it will literally eat a car in 3 years. Like it does some really destructive damage. It's terrible. Yep. So my brother has to do some things involving stuff of that nature. And he said some people that have to follow behind those trucks to make sure that they're doing it correctly, they're literally garbage. Like he said, one guy bought a brand new vehicle, and because he had to ride behind this plow truck that's spraying brine, within 2 years, pieces were literally falling off of this car. Fall apart on the highway. Yep. Oh man, he showed me the other day. He's like, dude, check this out. I'm like, what? He's like, and I'm like, how the fuck do you have a whole intercooler? He's like, I was just laying on the highway, man. I'm like, this is a BMW intercooler. Like, it's not no run of the mill freaking, and it literally just came off of someone's BMW going down the road. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. You got like parts of German vehicles, just, yeah, the whole thing. And it's like untouched, right? Like the fins aren't busted. Like it's like it just fell out of the car. That or somebody maybe had it in the back of their truck and were taking it and it blew out. I kind of highly doubt that the wind grabbed a hold of a freaking 25-pound intercooler and yeeted it over the top of someone's bed. But it's whatever. It's still a good intercooler. I'm like, well, hey, if you're not doing anything with it, like, I'm sure I could find something to do with it. That makes no sense though, why they do that. Like a lot of people that modify their cars, the truck bed rusted out. Yeah, maybe it fell through the bottom of the truck, probably. So like with and the thing, I leave and chat takes off. Oh. See, you guys are both blue. Ant was red. Scorched survive. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, what happened? Did you freeze to death because you didn't jump in here after? Tell me about it. About you taking your little ice bath. YouTube stopped because we went to this. I don't trust this. I don't trust this no copyright stuff. This stuff scares the fuck out of me. Yo, I gotta blow this chat up. It's super small. Done. It's great, but the news showed a woman that was swimming every day. Now I have to do more. Glory stolen by a chick. It happens. It happens, right? She mentioned Wim Hof in the article. No, dude. I swear, you're gonna force me to take that phrase, right? I think at one point I put jujitsu and banned that. I got so tired of seeing it. I'm like, you know what? CBD. What? CBC. Wim Hof. I swear to God, I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I think the one night I was yelling at you, I'm like, look, I don't want to see that word ever again. If I didn't, I'll do it now. Oh, you freaking jerk. See, I do your little Wim Hof method while I sleep. Game on dates. Sleep apnea. It's not sleep apnea. Call it what you want. You can put a name to it. I just don't need to breathe as much as you do. Maybe that's what it is. Right? Maybe I practice my breathing technique in my sleep. Sleep apnea. When I shut down, I shut down. Right? Sleep apnea. I told you that story about it's better to breathe less. It means you're using the air more efficiently. At least I'm using something more efficiently because apparently I can't use food efficiently. Right? I just burn it off. But I think my daughter said something about the whole. She's like, "Oh, I can hold my breath for like 30 seconds or something underwater or whatever she said." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I can do it for probably almost 2 minutes." She's like, "No, you can't. You smoke cigarettes. You can't do that." I proved her wrong. I think it was like 3 minutes or something. Like I proved myself wrong. Like it was way longer than what I thought I was capable of doing it. Your heart has to work harder when you struggle to suck it in. I don't know these things. That's her go with the medical stuff. I don't. maybe my heart stops for a little bit and takes a break, right? It's a good thing. It is a muscle. It needs to relax every once in a while. There's also a technique you can do to like slow your heart rate down, like to where it almost stops. What's your resting heart rate? I don't know. I don't know what my resting heart rate is. Probably 60. If I was full resting, like not worked up, not trying to think about anything, in more of a meditative state, I would say I could get it down. Take it for 15 seconds. I got that freaking machine. Like I could probably get it down to like 60, right? Like right now, after I've been yelling and screaming and getting my blood pressure up, it's probably in the 70 or 80 range. And I don't really work out, right? So, yeah, I'm impressed. But some people can do over 5 minutes. I'm working my way up. Yeah, pulse is going to be very high, right? Don't inflate it. What do you mean? You have to. um, it jacks up the pulse. Well, there's no way not to do it, I don't think. There's no way to not do it. I don't think it allows me to do that. Oh, actually, I'm still slightly worked up and my pulse is 65. But it's telling me my blood pressure is in the yellow. So if I calm down, maybe I can get it down to 50. Right? That's probably a thing. 65 is still pretty low. Especially after just having a partial rage fit. When I started training, resting pulse, now it's 57. The trick to holding your breath underwater or holding your breath longer is to stop using muscles entirely. So sometimes floating face down, like you're dead in the water, and letting everything go limp. That's how you maximize holding your breath, right? I think there was one woman that got up to like 12 minutes or something like that, holding her breath with that technique. Use my fingers on my neck. I can't count that. I don't have a timer. That's Masters of breath holding. Yes. Yep. But before they go down, the trick to that too is to take a couple really deep breaths. Right? Take a couple of really deep breaths and build that oxygen up in your bloodstream. Sure, that's why they were putting COVID patients on their bellies. I read it as on. So it's easier to breathe on your belly. It's easier. No, it extends the amount of time before you need to take a breath if you're not using muscles, not burning that oxygen. Look up just look up this woman that had a world record of like holding her breath or something. And there's a couple of videos on it, I think. And it showed her doing this in her pool or whatever, how she does it. It kind of explains it a little bit. It's to keep fluid from settling while the vent breathes for them. Oh. See, most of the time, like, I find when I work out, or when I usually work out, I actually hold my breath most of the time. I know you're supposed to keep breathing and all that crap, but called the prone position takes 5 trained staff to position them that way. Huh. Jeez. Yeah, I asked my daughter if she had to go back to school tomorrow. She said yeah, and then we started talking about her lunch stuff. Apparently, she's not happy with the way the school deals with the lunchroom stuff. Yeah, 5 people, that's a lot of people on one person. But and when you're short-staffed, you can imagine. Yep, I'm sure. I totally understand. Hmm. Oh man, to have 2 cows, 2 of each, right? 2 cows, 2 pigs, a couple chickens on some farmland and a log cabin. And I'll see you guys in 5 years. Let me know how it works. I want nothing to do with it. Look, I don't want to be near it. I don't want to. Yeah, like there's nothing I can do to help, right? So I figure if I just stay away from everybody, I'll do my own thing. I'll see who makes it. I'll see who doesn't make it, and we'll just go from there. While I'm at it, I can work in the peace and quiet. You wouldn't get bored. I know I would. Oh, no, you wouldn't. Scorch, you wouldn't get bored. I put you to work. Have plenty to do. Have tons of projects, right? A lot of stuff, right? As long as I had music, I'd be okay. There you go. Ready to rock and roll, right? It's plenty of work. Irrigation, self-sustained electricity, freaking, like, you name it, right? I got a whole list of shit I'd have to get done. There's no way you'd get bored. And that whole working out thing, you wouldn't need that. If I had the internet, I'd probably be fine after The 17-hour days. Probably. Or maybe just take a break from the internet. Farmers are pretty tough. It's pretty relaxing. It can be. I mean, working to eat, or working to live, not living to work, is so much better. That one's dead. I don't even know why I use it. And if the DJ had to be provided by a hot DJ, then okay. Had to be provided by a hot DJ. You know, I'd love to put the Monster Cats back on here, but I don't know. Like, I paid $5 for that shit, and it didn't fucking work. Who also played an instrument? I'm fucking, I don't know what you're talking about. Am I missing something? I must be totally out of the loop. What do I play? I'm sure I can beat some steel with a hammer for you. The anvil. I'm just saying, the best scenario for enjoying music if isolated. Oh, you know. You play an instrument. It's funny, I used to play keyboard and was thinking about getting another one. Hey, I have an old Yamaha keyboard. I gotta clean it up. I was gonna clean it up for my daughter. I wanted to get her into piano here. I am teaching myself the violin. He said, yeah, it was like free. Like somebody threw it away, right? And it works. I think they lost the power adapter to it, but if you read the voltage, like most electronics, the nice thing is they put the voltage on the unit itself, and then they also put the voltage on the power adapter. So long as you match those two pretty closely, it doesn't matter, right? So basically what I did, since it was just the keyboard itself with no power adapter, is I just found a power adapter that was close to the same voltage and plugged it in. It worked great. So I think they just threw it out because I couldn't find a voltage adapter for it, which sucks because it's a big freaking keyboard, man. Right? It needs cleaned up. I was going to make that a project too. probably on stream. I'll go through disassembling it and cleaning it, kind of like a reconditioning thing, because I think she said something's wrong with one of the keys, like it sticks or something. I have to ask her again so I know what the issue was. That way I can fix it. But as I'm in there, I can check the electronics of it to make sure none of the capacitors are leaking on the board and there's no issues. Being that is electronic is second grader practicing. Looking for a decent keyboard around my area, no luck. Yeah. I mean, I'll show you what it looks like. It's dirty, but 1 second. Ah, okay, sorry, I didn't see it. It's like you guys are counting down for me. Okay, so anyway, what I said was, since the kids don't live with me anymore, like I just have my daughter, since the other two don't live with me, I was gonna take the extra spare bedroom and make it into like a little recording room for my daughter. That way she could kind of do her music thing she wants to do since she's pretty talented. Um, Plays a lot of different instruments. I thought she'd enjoy that. It's kind of the plan. I knew this one guy that he can have a jam. Yeah. She plays a lot of different instruments. like I said, the saxophone, the kalimba. She does stuff on the keyboard. She's done that little uh, thing that freaking Link plays on Zelda. She has one of those. Book one for 2020. Serious book one. What do you mean book one? What are you talking about? I want to get her into making some freaking, like, I don't even know if it's her thing, but I'd really love for her to, I don't want to force it on her. Okay, way up. Have a jam. Way up. Way up. Trying to 2 minutes, but gave it up. You guys call, collab, and stream duets. Collaborate and stream duets. Oh. What do you mean? What am I supposed to sing while she plays? Oh, Lord. You're getting into some really deep stuff there. I don't even think I sing that great. Oh, me and Scorch. Or Scorch and I. That's Scorch and I. I'll play, you sing. What are you playing? What instrument are you playing? Trying to get me to sing on here. Oh, Lord. Jesus. You know, you think you're busting my balls. I ain't that great. Mm-mm. No, dude. I'm not that great. What? I can't watch myself sing. Like a closet singer, right? Serenade. Just pretend you're in the shower. I don't sing in the shower. I sing in the garage. I don't sing in the shower. I'm not that great at singing. Maybe sometimes, not too much. Right? Very rarely. I do always have a beat in my head, but I don't know. I don't like the sound of my own voice. I'm loudest in my automobile. Yeah. I take cold showers, so my my singing's a bit high pitched. I'm sure. Falsetto. Falsetto. Yeah. I don't even know what I would sing. Like, I'd have to, I don't know. I don't think I have a singing voice anymore. Is that a choir boy in there? Yeah. That'd be a weird thing. I'd really like her to try and like put together some techno beats or something like that. That'd be chill, because then I could listen to that, right? And then I wouldn't have to pay freaking um deal with any copyright bullshit. Have to think of some. Aha! Yes, touche. Right? Let her do that, since that's what she wants to do. Then I could just stream her music and I would enjoy it. Right? Kind of like I say we all do a road trip so we can car karaoke. How do you know how do you know that cars, oh, see, you know that that car is blocked, so you spelled car that way. uh, I call shotgun, yeah. Light bulb. That's pretty smart. That's pretty sneaky. Sing some Queen before you guys throw me in the trunk. Oh no, there will be no Queen. Absolutely not. I will pull the collar over and I will drag people out of the car. I just can't. I can't get behind that. There will be absolutely no Queen. There's fighting words. To be Queen. No. No Queen. Absolutely not. I can't do it. Yep. We're gonna scrap. I can't get. I don't understand why that song is so popular. It so freaking drives me nuts. Yeah, okay. You'll be singing Queen while your head's between your legs. Scorch, I'll admit, I'm pretty good at folding full grown men in half. What song? Well, there are so many. Probably the most common Queen song, right? What is that? I see a little silhouette. That one. Do 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 do. No. Yes. There you go. No, thank you. So am I. How do you do is folding clothes with other people in them. Exactly. Yep. But I have a strong core, so it's kind of hard when there's a stone pillar inside those clothes that you're trying to fold in half. Stone doesn't fold very easily, right? Everything I do, I use my core. It's all about leverage. Maybe one day. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty quick. One moment I could be in front of you, the next moment I could be behind you. You know that one dude, right? I'm getting better every week. Good. Well, it's better than getting worse. I'm glad you really like it. I don't know. Y'all are driving this chick crazy. What? What are you talking about? Oh, she wants to see two dudes fold each other in half. That's the kind of thing she's into. Good. I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you're passionate about something. I'm also, like I said before, I'm happy that you um quit drinking. I think that's freaking awesome. Like, I think you're definitely headed. She wants to see guys fold clothes. No. Yes, way better off. Just got to find a few more tricks, right? A few more tricks to maximize the output. Maybe you should. What you should do, Scorch, right? You ever watch? Now it's gonna sound dumb. What was that new anime they came out with? Uh, it had that dude with the freaking Naruto. That's what it was, right? Have you ever watched that? Just curious. Maybe you're not into anime. Sobriety is a huge accomplishment. Yes, very much so. Okay, well, anyway, that as an anime kind of goes through like you do this jujitsu thing and all that stuff, right? True show of strength. Yes, this strength. Mind over matter. Yep, just have to keep at it. But so anyway, basically you would like it because you like this jitsu stuff, right? I think you'd enjoy it. It's a very long series. But anyway, there's a guy in there and his training, all of his training he does with weights, right? On his body. So he basically has weights around his waist, weights around his ankles, and weights around his arms. And I will benefit. Yep, exactly. One, it'll allow you to think properly and make good decisions. Two, it's gonna definitely let your blood flow the way it's supposed to. Three, it's better for your heart, right? Four, saves money. Saves a lot of money. Well, not weighted clothing. These are actually weight belts, right? And he's pretty quick with them on. It's a cartoon, right? It is a cartoon. But the theory behind it is what is pretty cool. So basically, he goes and he fights someone with this weighted stuff on, and he's pretty freaking fast. And then he's like, asks his sensei, he's like, "Hey," or his sensei tells him, he's like, "Take the weights off." And he's like, "Really? I can take them off?" And he just like destroys stuff, right? Think about it. If you trained with all this additional weight on you, when you take that stuff off, how much lighter everything feels. It's kind of like walking around in boots all day. If you walk around with steel toe boots all day, when you take your steel toe boots off, your feet come up way faster. Yes. Yep. You ever get home from work after wearing steel toes? You take your boots off and you put on tennis shoes, or you don't put any shoes on at all, and feel the change of how light you feel? Like, you feel faster. You are faster. I mean, You had all that restriction that you didn't even know was there. Now, I wouldn't recommend like using lead weight, right? That eventually penetrates through any fabric and gets into your skin. But a lot of people, I think, use ceramic, or I guess you could use I don't even know if I would want to use zinc. I've taken it into consideration. You take the G off, it weighs a ton when you sweat. Hold on, what? Hold on. The GI off. Oh, the suit. Yes, any of those, right? Not only that, but you're doing stuff with that on. It is like weighted, right? In itself, it's bulky, somewhat restrictive, but in training in that gear, there's something to be learned there. Like once you take that gear off, it makes you quicker. It's the same type of concept. Same with like God, I probably have my I probably don't. Well, yeah, I probably do fit in my old stuff. I think it's at my parents' house. I think mine's all black. I might even have all my belts. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I don't remember all of it, but might have a lot of it. Never got up into the point where, because I think you have to be brown was staff, like staff training, and then black was sword. Now I watched the brown and the black belts train the whole time I was training. I still have my Taekwondo trophies. Good. That's cool. You got some. That'll happen. They are bulky though. They definitely get heavy. And you're right about the sweat. They definitely cook you. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But why not display them? Yeah, why not? You achieved it. Definitely. The canvas gets, yes, it does. It's very hot. Cooks you. Right? We were never allowed to take the coats off either. We always had to do it with the coats on. We were never allowed to take our tops off. Always display stuff like that. Yeah. And it's definitely. And the sound it makes, right? When you throw a punch, it's pretty cool. Well, you probably don't do punches, but that snap noise it makes, the fabric, it's pretty cool sounding. I can still hear it. It's got its own like rhythmic sound to it. And the snap, yeah. Yep, definitely. Kind of takes me back a little bit. It's been years. That's probably pretty low right now, right? I don't think a lot of kids go do that stuff anymore. I think most of them probably stay home. Well, definitely now, but I mean, even before the whole, I enjoyed the snap of the nectar and the scorpion deathlock. Oh my gosh. The massive vein. Yeah. Uh, there's a little trick to get out of the scorpion deathlock, though. Right? Yeah. Speaking of which. Oh, never mind. Oh, uh, weighted things, right? Go for the thumbs to break it. Thumbs are tucked. Thumbs are tucked in. It's Enrico. Thumbs are tucked. These are losing me a little bit. Be very afraid. Yeah. I thought Fate's idea of the scorpion deathlock was with her legs, so I thought that's what we were getting at, or is that something else? Is that even a technique? Is that a thing? Or is that someone just made up and just added a name to it? Uh, it is, but it's called a triangle signature move. Yes, it is called a triangle. Oh. A signature move. You know how to get a scorpion to let go of you, right? You just give it a lick. Or the triangle. If you lick the scorpion, it won't sting you. It's nicely. I wonder what that... I might do that next week. Oh, yeah, Scorch, did you happen to look at all and see like that sword that I started messing around with, like doing, right? Do you see any of that stuff? Man, that freaking thing is gonna be heavy. Yeah. So I cut it out, like roughed it out in foam. That's basically just by size, just to see roughly what it was gonna be. What? Show them the foam thing, if I can get it in here. This is like so you're gonna make a cast. No, it's not gonna be cast. A casting of it would be very brittle, right? It would break the moment you swing or hit anything or contacted anything with it. No, it's gonna be usable if I continue on it. But so here's the scaled out version of the actual thing, right? I scaled it up. Yeah, it would be a wall piece if it was, yeah. The plan's not to make it a wall piece. Well, I mean, it can hang on a wall if it needs to be, but I'm not going to waste time building something that is not a thing. Okay, so to scale, I still got to, right now, the top of the blade's supposed to be 5/8, so it's like that thick, dude, right? And this is basically how wide that handle is. This hasn't been tapered down for the grip, right? But like just kind of scaled everything out if it shows like the design and everything on it. It's kind of, this camera does weird stuff with the lighting, shifts back and forth, but that's the whole design pattern that goes down the blade, basically. It's only gonna weigh 200 pounds. Well, see, the trick is if it does weigh too much, the back side of this blade, right? If it has to be that thick to take weight off of it, I can drill in from this side because it doesn't have to be like super solid. So I can take and I can drill multiple holes up this edge to relieve some of the weight of it without destroying the blade itself, right? And that'll lower the weight, which makes it, yeah, and it can be capped because hitting it in that direction is not going to really do anything. The whole edge where the blade tapers down is still solid. The back of it doesn't really matter that much. We'll see. Once I get the blank cut out, which will basically be the whole length of that to be underneath the handle, then I can feel roughly how much it'll weigh in itself. Yeah. So it's like right? So there's extra here. So this piece right here, this comes away. This has to be cut out. But I think I'm going to taper it here because that's a pretty sharp break. Almost a two-handed. Yeah, well, here is like, right? And you could get two hands back around this if need be. I don't know. Again, calls, new patient families. Very good, sweet dreams. Yes. Alrighty, Fate. I hope you have a good night. Don't work too hard. I'm curious. We'll see. I still have to pull it up and visually check. I was hopping back and forth a few times on it. Yes. Sweet dreams. Or, I mean, take care. But, just haven't really compared it to see if it is accurate width-wise. It's really hard to get a good shot of it off of the program when it's doing it. And it doesn't allow you to zoom in and out, which makes it very difficult. All you can do is rotate. It should look really cool. I mean, it's a very simple face. It's not like the other one they have that I kind of have an interest in making too. It's got more of, like a lion's head, kind of like these back here. It has more of that look to it, which is more of like a traditional, what you would call like a dragon, I guess. A dragon or a dog is usually what, or lion. It's one of the three. These ones, yeah, it definitely is. It's so it's like, I can pull it up. It's like the one I have here. Like this one is obviously that, but the other ones are weapons switch, like this one, right? I don't know what to think of that face. Is it more like a goblin look to it? You know what I mean? This has something in the mouth too, and I don't understand. I like this handle better. That's definitely double-handed. It's heavy duty. Which one? The other one? Like, see how thick that blade is? That's about right? Like, scale-wise, we're a little, I mean, this is a little fatter, but pretty freaking close. Hold on, I gotta turn it so it's, I still have to take some off the face. We're pretty scaled out to where it needs to be. I think it's that thick, yeah. From what it, because I scaled her out. She's 159 centimeters. And I basically had to take multiple shots of her in a state because I couldn't get a length on it. So I had to zoom out and like have her do this a bunch of times, like swing, and then I had to pause it when she flipped it around because she'll drop it there, and I had to, like, now I can take a picture of it. But then I took like the height here to the tip and then kind of nudged it up a little bit to figure out the difference. That way I got the length of the blade. So that's kind of how I figured it out. And then from there I could just figure out the thickness. I had to do it so many freaking times. I did it like 8 times and then basically got down to like an average to figure out what the length of this is supposed to be. If you think about it, I don't know. Almost if I had like a 5'3" tall woman, I could probably put it beside her and see if it looked quite right. But I'm pretty sure it's fairly accurate. But yeah, it's hard to zoom in on it and get a freaking look because it disappears so quick. So that was fun trying to do that and get that to be usable. There's a lot of cool ones. Some that are easier to make, some that aren't. When does the forging start? When does the forging start? I don't know. I still need to figure out what wood I want to lay it out in. I think this one's going to be made from a sheet stock, right? I might temper it once it's ground. Grinding that edge on it by hand is going to put multiple heat cycles through the blade itself. So, I gotta find that plate. It's gotta be at least 4 inches wide, 5/8 thick, right? I don't know if they sell strips like that. That's a project, it definitely is. To make it a real thing. I mean, if I was just making a little foam toy, it'd be easy, right? It's kind of boring to make a foam toy. What's the fucking point? So, we'll see. I'm excited. I'm not excited about putting the edge on it. That's going to be a pain in the butt. Because I'm pretty picky. I hope so. I'll do it as it looks. Hopefully it's not too cheesy. I think it's upgraded as far as it can go on the game, so that's what the ending sword looks like. It doesn't mean I can't round it just slightly in certain spots to make it more realistic. But I definitely have to get a small set of chisels or make a small set of wood carving chisels for the details of the face. So I either have to fashion my own or find some. See the king of it. Can't wait to see the king of it. Oh, making of it. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be cool. I don't know how many parts are going to be in making of it. So there's like two or three videos right now I have of like what it took to get to this point, which are kind of long. I guess I'll go back and edit them out later on, kind of consolidate them. But that's kind of beyond me at this point, the whole editing stuff. But I'll get to it eventually. There's plenty of time later to go through that kind of stuff. I just want to do it before somebody else does it. Or steals my freaking idea. Someone's probably doing it. I just haven't posted anything on it yet. I know I've typed it in a few times to see. US, you can always go back and make the video. Yeah. Yeah, now that it's not being tampered with and someone's not sitting here deleting my footage and ruining things, yeah, I can always go back and make adjustments. That wasn't the case in the past. I've lost a lot of footage over that, which I'm not very happy about. It's a little upsetting, but can always be done again. So any big plans for Monday? Go back to work? Oh, I gotta go look at 2 vehicles tomorrow. Go for a swim before work. Are you serious? Jesus. You and your swimming. Maybe you should have been a fish. A trout. You love the cold water. Yes. I wouldn't say 2020 was a bad year either. It's just a learning curve for everyone, I think. Yes, they do. Really do. Just a wake-up call, exactly. Some people just didn't like the shock factor of it, right? I think that's more what it was. They weren't ready for the truth of what needs to happen. Didn't think they were as vulnerable, which is unfortunate because it's definitely destroyed a lot of people's lives. Yes. For everyone, not just one person. Globally, it's changed things. So it's something we're just gonna have to adjust to and move forward. There's not really much else we can do. Right? I still wish they'd make some other changes, though, like the way they do the seating in school. Like I said earlier, apparently we're living through it, so may as well make the best. Yep. Yep. Gotta try and bounce back. Definitely need to bounce back. But I asked my daughter about the whole, because she's like, oh, for lunch, she's like, I can't not sit beside people, and they have us sitting so close to each other when we're in school that there's not really any distance. And I'm like, well, why don't you just get up out of the table and eat? She's like, we're not allowed to. I'm like, okay. Like, can you eat quickly and leave? Like, if you pack your lunch, can you sit down, eat, and then leave? She's like, no, we're not allowed to. I'm like, Jesus. So you're like confining these kids to eat their lunch side by side, right? And let's eat at their desk. That'd be very smart, wouldn't it? It would be, right? And quite honestly, I wouldn't. Like those kids, quite honestly, oh my gosh. I'd be having the teachers move, right? At least on lower levels, where instead of having the kids move from classroom to classroom, those kids stay in the same seats. They don't go to another desk and sit at another desk and get that desk contaminated. They stay in the same seat. The teachers move. The teachers go from room to room. Let them go back and forth. Let those kids stay in the seat that they always sit in. That way, when that kid gets sick, you know what desk and surrounding desks are an issue and need to be tended to. Be a little easier to isolate that stuff. I don't like it. I'd prefer for her to stay home, but the reality of that is that they don't pay attention when they're at home, and it's hard for kids to focus on stuff like that. But I think I'm probably going to hop off and get to bed here soon. But for the night, have a good one. I'm getting off too, brother. Sweet dreams. Hope you sleep good. Stay safe. Sorry, I've been talking all day. Take care. Thanks for stopping by.